You want the dude that was in the Aeromexico flight that like crashed? You didn't see this?
No.
It crashed a few days ago. So the flight is
I heard
taking
about
off. It crashes. I believe everybody survived. And this dude's doing an interview wearing a White Sox hat. And he's like, so what did you feel? He was relieved. I immediately went to the bar and said, give me the best tequila you've got. I just fell from the sky. And he took the shot of tequila. So everyone's like, the White Sox should let him throw out the first pitch. Coming to you pre-tape from the LA Mission College Studios in Los Angeles, California. This is the Best Go Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Sage. And my co-host, Meg Presson, is on vacation yet again.
Again.
Back-to-back island weeks for her.
What's going on with Meg in her life?
I don't know. Like, she's like, hey, I looked into it. It was, in fact, her mom's birthday.
Oh.
Unless it's an elaborate lie where they got a bunch of friends and family together and dressed them up as 80s characters and threw a fake party.
Yes.
But there were images of a fake party or a real party.
Did you talk to Megan or did you just stalk her?
No, I stalked her, but she reached out to me in regards to this week's show saying, hey, I'm going to be on vacation on such and such island. I can't make it this week. And I was like, okay, bring us back something nice.
And we're not going to do a remote on that island.
No.
That's a little costly.
Very costly.
We can't get the lights out there.
No.
Yeah.
We also don't have like an ENG unit to send out there.
Plus, she doesn't know what's going on right now. She's just completely out of the
loop. She's been at it for a week and a half.
Yeah. Good. Well, fans, we are back for episode 102. Today, we are going to have a Dodgers episode. Today, we're going to talk about our trade acquisitions. We had a few, which is good. Of course, we know about Machado, but we had some last-minute additions to the Dodger team, which I know a lot of you are excited about. Many people are also excited that Logan Forsythe left the team, although I like Logan Forsythe, and I know you do too. Logie Bear.
Wait, what do we do with Logie Bear's part of the
I think
Cologne
he can
line?
still be part of the Cologne line.
Like the classic line, I guess?
Yeah, he'll be in the classic line.
Okay.
We might even have to have some former players in that have... Anyway, so we're going to be talking about our new acquisitions. The Dodgers have been sinking a little bit in stats, but they've been treading water in terms of being at the top of the division. So let's get started.
Fans, welcome back to an all-new episode of the Best Go Show. I'm Albert Aguilera. That's Curtis Stage. And as Curtis just said, yeah, the Dodgers are tied for first place. Technically, we're in second place because we are tied head-to-head with the Diamondbacks in terms of record, but they own our record against. So they have us in the head-to-head matchup.
I'm not worried.
I'm not worried either because, and neither is Vegas. Vegas has made the Dodgers now co-favorites with the Astros 9-4 to win the World Series. Do you see a World Series repeat?
Well, I do this weekend because they're playing each other Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Dodger Stadium. Did you know that?
I did know that. The Dodgers have been running that promo like crazy.
That's going to be rowdy.
It is going to be rowdy.
It's going to be rowdy. It's going to be loud. It's going to be playoff atmosphere, actually. Are you going?
Friday night is the Ethia retirement. I would like to go if I can make it after a meeting I have.
Yes.
Yeah. Those of you who do follow me on the interwebs know that I'm part of the MMAJA. That's the Mixed Martial Arts Association for Journalists.
I didn't even know that.
What?
Did I know that?
Yeah, it's part of the Mixed Martial Arts Journalists Association.
Did you just put yourself in that?
No, you have to apply. You have to be a media member. You have to apply.
You applied.
I did apply.
They accepted you?
Yeah. Our friend Chad Dundas, who's been on the show, he's on.
Well, of course he's
part
on
of it. Ben Folks, who does the co-main event podcast with him, is the president. Ariel Helwani's in this. Mark Raimondi's in this.
And you're in it now.
And I'm in it.
How did that happen?
Because I'm part of the MMA media. Anyways, because UFC, I believe 224 is here in Los Angeles, they're having the meet and greet for the people that fly in from out of town on Friday night.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that Friday night. You're more than welcome to come.
I'm not coming.
Because you see how I invite you to things, but you don't invite me to things?
Hey, listen, I can't invite you to everything that I go to.
You don't invite me to anything, much less everything. It would be one thing to not invite me to everything, but invite me to a thing here and there. But never inviting me is completely different.
That's true. I did go to the game Monday night, and I only
during the power outage.
Yes, and I only had 2 tickets. Sorry, I did not invite you. And we had the power outage, which was strange. You know how the power outage occurred?
No idea.
You think that some, character came and pulled the giant lever in the stadium, and all the lights went out. Like somebody was just kind of like, I'm gonna F with everybody, and
those giant pull levers,
giant
in
pull
cartoons,
levers, just like Bugs Bunny, just coming in. It was not that. It was a Mylar balloon. Apparently,
like those happy birthday balloons.
Yeah, apparently got caught on an electrical line, not in the stadium, outside in the community, and that cut the line to the power. 32,000 volts of electricity times 2 go to Dodger Stadium. I didn't know this. 32,000 volts of electricity. That's a lot of volts.
That is a lot of volts.
And this 1 Mylar balloon brought the voltage down to 0. Well, close to 0. I mean, the auxiliary power was on.
Right.
Guess what didn't go off? The concession stands and the beer area,
Oh, of
that
course
stayed
not.
on.
That makes money.
Yeah, that makes money. So
There's no time limit in baseball.
that was on the backup power, but it was out for like 24 minutes. It was weird. It was a bad game anyway. Dodgers played horribly. But
So what you're telling me now is that you and I could go down to any local party store, buy a handful of Mylar balloons,
Yes.
and take out stadiums.
we could very easily.
Which one do you want to take
Not
out first?
even well, obviously.
Okay. So what do we do? Okay, Dodger
Obviously
fans,
the one we're taking out.
Okay, here's what we do as an insurance policy, right? So you have a bunch of Mylar balloons standing by. In the event that the Dodgers might be losing a game and need to recoup, you just let them go.
Yeah.
Power goes out. Oh my God, we're out for 30 minutes.
Yeah, you need a little breather.
You let
Players
another
need a breather.
player get a breather. You need another pitcher get warmed up.
Yeah, it's great.
This is awesome.
It really could work quite a bit. I see the power go. I mean, we don't have rain delays.
We don't have rain delays.
We-
We could have power outages.
We have power
That could be our
outages.
thing.
We could have rolling blackouts.
That could be our thing. I mean, listen, it's been 100 plus degrees every day in Los Angeles since like July 1st.
It has.
So, the generators get too hot, transformers explode.
No one will know it's the Mylar balloon
No one will know it's
situation.
the army of Mylar balloons that we've created.
Our secret Mylar balloon
Yeah.
faction.
Or we could also do it like if, let's say, Arizona, who's tied in first place with us, is down in San Diego.
Yeah.
Right? We do that in San Diego. Suddenly, this 9-inning game turns into a 9-inning, 10-hour game.
Yes.
And suddenly, Arizona's like just destroying their bullpen. Suddenly, they're up all night.
Yeah.
You delay 3 games in a row, that's going to screw up their like internal clocks.
True. Yeah.
We
So
could
this
also,
is-
Arizona's a short flight away, short drive away. We could also do that down there.
We could.
I'm just really coming up with these great ways to
down the stretch, the fans do need to get more involved with
I think
the
so.
outcome of the game, and that's one way we could do it.
and no one gets hurt. A lot of times fans are stupid and they like will throw things at players or other fans.
bad.
In this sense, no one's getting hurt.
No beer getting thrown. Nothing.
No, beers are expensive. What were you telling me that the craft beers cost at Dodger Stadium now?
Craft beers at Dodger Stadium are $17.
Whoa.
$17.50 actually.
And if you turn
For
in,
one.
if you
I mean,
turn
it's a
in-
big one.
What's the big one? 24 ounces, 12 ounces, 16.
So it's like 16 ounce. It's bigger than 16. It's a big one. It's like I think it's 18 ounces or something. I don't know. It's big.
How many ounces in a gallon? 32, right?
Well, that's
so
24
it's
ounce.
almost,
Two
almost a
beers.
gallon of beer.
Yeah, it's 24. I think they're 24 ounces for the 17. I'm pretty sure. But Budweiser is like 14. Just regular Budweiser, the 2. That's 25. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
And then that's not even you wanting to turn it into a michelada, right? Because I
Yeah,
know they
then-
charge you like an extra $7 to do that.
You can just buy the micheladas there. They have those. They have you don't have to turn it into that. They have the michelada stands.
Okay, and so the other night too was also not your night, but last night was
Yeah.
Dollar Dodger Dog night.
You didn't go to this.
I did not go to this. I heard about it. I was watching it on television, and I was following Ryan Evans on Twitter. For those of you who don't know, Ryan Evans is the executive chef of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He creates all the foods and the meals and stuff. He was tallying the hot dogs that were being sold. How many hot dogs do you think were sold last night at $1? And this is just Dodger dogs. This isn't other stuff.
This is not other.
Only Dodger dogs.
Well, let's see. Last night was a sold out game, I think, because
And it was bobblehead night.
was it bobblehead or was
Alex
that
Wood, wasn't it?
Tuesday? Yeah. Oh, last night. No, I think that was Tuesday night.
Oh, okay.
So it was just. I think it was like had 40, 50,000 people there. I'm gonna say 25,000, 30,000. I don't know how much they sell in a game,
On an average game?
in an average game.
Well, according to him, this
Yes.
was an extra inning game. I don't know when they stopped selling dogs, but I'd imagine that they were just selling them until they ran out of
Yeah.
dogs. So in this 10-inning walk-off game by Yasmoney, he says that the Dodgers sold over 59,000 Dodger dogs.
Wow.
That doesn't include other dogs. That doesn't include nachos. That doesn't include specialty dogs.
We're in the wrong business.
Are we?
I think so.
But they sold them for $1. But then again, I'm sure that Farmer John is like, oh, you need 1 billion Dodger dogs? Yeah, we can make them for a penny a piece.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you guys know that I'm not a Dodger dog fan. I think Dodger dogs taste terrible. The only place the Padres beat us, where do the Padres beat us? Regularly, every day, all day.
The stadium.
In the food section.
I mean, not the stadium, but the
Fryer
food.
Franks are far superior than Dodger dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of heat for that.
That's fine.
Bring it on?
Bring it on.
They do-
Please at me. I mean, if you are like, oh, Dodger dogs are the greatest thing on the planet, blah, no.
I don't
I'm
eat
sorry.
them.
You don't, yeah, but you are like a vegetarian kind of.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you for not eating them because of this like Do you do it for health reasons
Yeah.
or for like, oh, okay, so you don't care about animals being killed
Well, I do care about
and being
that,
like
too.
put in little
I do care
pens
about
and
that
stuff?
as well.
You're more about like just your health.
It's kind of both.
Kind of both?
Yeah.
It can be kind of both if you're then eating fish and turkey.
But I barely eat those items.
So you don't care specifically about fish and turkeys. You only care about cows and chickens and
Kind
pigs
of
being
more about cows, chickens, and
Well, do you know what a Dodger dog, an actual regular Dodger dog, is
does it
made up
even
of?
have any meat anyway?
It does.
It does.
I didn't know this because the running joke is that hot dogs are the byproduct of like everything, all the leftover pieces.
yeah.
A Farmer John Dodger dog is 100% pork. So when you see these super Dodger dogs and it says all beef, you're like, oh, so what's in the regular dog? Well, it turns out that the super Dodger dog is 100% beef, while the regular dog is 100% pork.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now, what threw me off is that Tommy Lasorda was asked how many Dodger dogs he's had. He said about 1,000. Now, that sounds like a lot. But if you think about it, Tommy Lasorda, who's like 90 years old, has been with the Dodgers since Brooklyn.
Yes.
1,000 hot dogs over the course of 60 years?
How many is that per year?
Like, I don't know, 20?
Well, let's think about this.
And that's not including playoffs. This is only regular season.
Does he go to every game?
I believe he does.
He's at most games.
And I know that he contributed to the Major League record. Farmer John set the Major League record for most hot dogs sold in a season in 2011 at just over 2 million.
Yeah. Well, Dodger Stadium is the only park that has Dodger dogs.
That has
correct?
Dodger, right. So Farmer John is the largest distributor of hot dogs or wieners in Major League Baseball because the Dodgers always sell the most.
Yeah.
And this guy named Thomas Arthur, who used to work for the Dodgers, he was their executive chef. He's the one that came up with it. And apparently the Dodger dogs used to be called footlong dogs.
Yeah, the footlongs.
But this
I remember
dude...
that was when I was a kid.
Okay, so this dude went up to O'Malley and was like, hey, so these are 10 inches?
Yeah, they weren't quite a
not
foot.
a
It was
foot
like,
long.
yeah.
So in the,
we don't want people getting their measuring tapes out.
Because Subway had that problem last year.
Yeah,
You remember that?
yeah.
So in the way of being fair and honest, we should just call them Dodger dogs. What do you think of that? And O'Malley's like, that's genius. It'll sell. And it did.
It did.
It
Yeah, it did.
immediately became
Even
the
if they didn't taste
best-selling
good.
hot dog. I'm not a fan.
It's the bread you don't like?
Well, no, the original ones are the grilled ones that have a regular bun, and then like the newer ones, which have been
Steamed.
around for like 30 years, they are the ones that are steamed. I don't mind the bun. I don't like the actual hot dog. The wiener texture is just like Play-Doh.
It's okay. Yeah.
So it's not my thing.
I wouldn't know. I haven't had one since 1990 probably.
Not even the veggie dogs?
I have the veggie ones, but those don't taste like Play-Doh. Those are actually pretty good.
Oh.
No, they have the turkey dogs.
Oh,
too.
do you eat turkey dogs?
I do sometimes, but not much.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I had a pretzel when I was there, and that was $6.
So if
It was a big pretzel.
if
though.
Curtis
It was
says,
nice.
hey, my daughter's back in town from college and the Dodgers are making this playoff run, it's late September, it's a Friday night, it's fireworks, we should all go to the ball game. What are you spending at a Dodger game? 4 tickets, 2 sodas, 2 beers, 4 hot dogs, parking.
2 beers?
Yeah, I assume your wife drinks.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm having 2.
Okay, so you're having 2 beers, she's having 1.
Yeah.
And you're getting okay seats, not great field level behind home plate next to Magic Johnson,
I say we're
and
spending
you're not sitting in the pavilion. You're reserve seats
$400 or $500.
for the 4. Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when the McCourt started the all-you-can-eat Dodger dogs, all-you-can-eat section in right field.
Yeah, the right field pavilion.
So for Tommy Lasorda to say he's had 1,000, I'm thinking, oh, okay, these tickets at all-you-can-eat, they're not too expensive. They're like $40.
Yeah.
And my friends and I would show
shovel
up.
as many as you.
We would show up, and the goal was 1 hot dog per inning, 1 set of nachos every 3, peanuts throughout.
So you had a goal.
There was always a goal.
Yeah.
Get our money's worth, right?
Okay.
And I'm thinking
How old were you when this was happening?
early 20s.
So you can do that.
Yeah.
Now
Now I
you-
don't think so. I'm
No.
going to die.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, Tommy, you've had approximately 1,000 according to you in 60 years.
That's not that many.
I mean,
so you're disappointed.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed. I can argue that I've had 1,000 or more because I'm having anywhere from 8 to 12 a game on those particular days.
8 to 12
on those
a
particular
game?
days, not
Okay.
normally. Because
Okay.
if you go to a Dodger game and get 12 Dodger dogs or 8 Dodger dogs, you're out $100.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I'm doing that, and then I'm thinking, okay, those are just my college years. That doesn't include anything as a child or being in high school, growing
Yeah.
up going to Dodger games.
Yeah, my son can eat 2 of them.
That
easy.
doesn't include the
8 is a little is pushing it.
But that was the goal. 9
Okay.
dogs, 1 per inning. And if you went extra innings,
Were you,
God help you.
How did you feel after that?
Like trash.
Okay.
But
And you don't drink, so
no, so I had more room. So it was like pounding
You were like
waters.
Joey Chestnut
Yeah,
in
exactly,
there.
like Joey Chestnut, dipping hot dogs into
Is that what you're
water.
doing the whole inning? Is just eating
No,
dogs?
you just casually eat it.
Oh, okay. You're not trying to.
No.
What if it's a quick inning?
Well,
You're like, oh
No,
my
no,
God,
whole
that
innings,
was a 9-pitch.
whole innings. Okay, a
not
whole
half.
inning, even in between innings and all that
Still
garbage.
15, 20
it's still
minutes?
15, 20 minutes.
Okay, all
so
right.
that's not bad.
It goes into extra innings. What
I
happens?
mean, you're eating 3 hot dogs in an hour. No big deal.
I went to that one time, and they were handing out hot dogs as we were going out the door because they had too many.
Yeah, and a lot of times what the Dodgers do, and what a lot of companies do at these stadiums and arenas, when the games are activities are over, concerts, what have you, they grab all the food and they'll sometimes hand it to people as they leave, or they'll take it to a local homeless shelter.
Yeah, which is good. And Dodgers probably do that too. So you're disappointed with Tommy. I'm going to guess that Tommy's doctor about maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago, probably told him don't eat any more Dodger dogs. So I'm guessing your 60 years of Dodger dogs, of him, I think it's probably more like 50 years that he's eaten Dodger dogs.
I think
Maybe
they
45.
told him to stop because he had a heart attack like in the middle of a game, and he's like, I don't get heart attacks, I give them. And then Jenny Craig,
that a quote?
Yeah, that's one of his quotes, that he doesn't get heart attacks, he gives them.
I
But
love
then
Tommy.
Jenny Craig was like, hey Tommy, you just had a heart attack and you're like a huge name, not just in Los Angeles, but like everybody knows you.
Yeah.
Why don't you do the Jenny Craig? And I think it was Jenny Craig that said, hey, lay off the hot dogs.
She did that.
She probably told him that.
Did it help at all? Because
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Maybe he would have been even bigger if he didn't do that, though. So we don't know. We won't know what the final Tommy weight and size. He's lived this long, and he's probably not eaten very well his whole life. So I'm guessing, he's done either it's genetics.
Well, he's very proud Italian, and the food area out in left field,
it's a Tommy
just off to the left,
Lasorda.
is like the Tommy Lasorda Italian area.
Yeah.
And there's like everything smothered in cheese.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine him being the most healthiest person.
Well, I don't know.
But
that he
even then,
eats all
though,
that.
even then today, if you're 90 years old, do you give a crap what you're going to be eating? You know you're going soon. You're not looking to live 110, 120.
Tommy could go to 100.
You think so?
Maybe not, but it's possible. It's with this day and age,
with modern
technology, it's possible.
Is it?
Nah, he doesn't look like he's gonna go that far, but we'll see. What is he? 92?
90. 90 something.
90?
I gotta say he's like 90 something.
Well, I know.
I don't know.
You don't know the exact.
I'll look it up right now.
Okay. Well, while you do that,
do this, tell everybody about our new second baseman.
We have a new second baseman. Most of you probably know that Brian Dozier was a last-minute trade deadline deal. This was a player that we wanted 2 years ago. And I know that I really liked Dozier 2 years ago when he hit 45
Somebody's
home run.
trolling. According to Tommy Lasorda's Wikipedia, he passed away January 2010. So someone is trolling.
I think that might have been his colon that passed away January 2010.
Someone's trolling Tommy Lasorda's wiki page.
Really?
Yes, that's what it says. But it says
maybe the Dodgers are just propping him up.
It does say his actual birthday. Oh, he was born August 5th. That's in a couple of days. I'm August 4th.
Oh, yeah.
So his birthday's in a couple of days, and he was born in 1927. That would make him 90 years old. So he'll be 91 in a couple of days.
Yeah, 91.
Except according to Wikipedia, he died in 2010.
That's hilarious. We know. I've seen Tommy at the stadium, so I know he's not dead. This year, I've seen him at the stadium. He was just on the. They could be doing. It could be virtual reality. There could be some sort of
technology.
There could be some.
I've been watching Black Mirror on Netflix.
Yeah. That's good.
Why didn't anybody tell me about that
sorry.
show?
You didn't know about it?
No, I'm over here binge watching The Office and
well, those are good too.
And Parks and Recs, and I stumbled upon.
What about the one with the dogs? Did you watch? Which season are you on?
Well, I accidentally saw season 4 first, which doesn't make a difference because every episode's independent.
Like Twilight Zone.
So I saw all of season 4, and then I saw all of seasons 1, 2, and I'm halfway through season 3.
Okay.
So I did see that dog episode.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. Yeah, so we are. Let's switch gears. Talk a little bit about back to Brian Dozier. So this was a good pickup for the Dodgers. I know that a lot of people are like pitching, and certainly you always want to have pitching. But we have so many people coming off the DL, coming back into the fold. We don't have room for. There's going to have to be.
We don't have room for Dozier.
We don't really have room.
We don't have room for anybody.
What's gonna happen when JT comes back?
When JT comes back, I believe that the guy that's going to suffer the most is going to be Taylor. Because
he's
Dozier,
struggling too right now.
Dozier doesn't play any other position.
Yeah, he's second base.
If they need to move him to first for whatever reason, I'm sure he can adjust to playing.
Why would we need to do that?
No, I'm just hypothetically throwing that out there. I'm sure he can adjust to first base.
He's a darn good second baseman.
He's a second baseman and only a second baseman.
He's good.
Now you got Machado who can go between third and shortstop. In this scenario that you're saying, Justin Turner's back. He plays third.
Yes.
Machado goes to shortstop.
Yes.
Dozier stays at at second base.
Maybe Kike.
At first base, you're going to have Muncy. In center field, you're going to have you're going to have Bellinger. In left, you're going to have, I think, the rotating door, which would be Kemp, or depending on whether or not there's a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
Because I think Jock Peterson, who's remember we talked about last week, low-key just destroying the league.
Yeah.
And then you have the right field with Puig, where even if he's not hitting all that great, they're not going to sacrifice the defense. So I'm thinking, okay, where's Jock and Taylor going to play?
Where's Kike going to play?
Where's Kike going to play?
He's been playing amazing, actually. Kike is used to being a utility guy,
but
somebody's going to have to go down.
He's used to playing.
Somebody is going to have to go down besides a pitcher. Who's that going to be?
I don't know.
Austin Barnes? And Kike will be the backup catcher?
You're looking at it, and Yasmani is destroying the league right now, and he's catching. So the only position now that we have solidified a second baseman, the only position now that rotates every night is the pitcher.
Well, center field can, because remember, Bellinger could go to first. He played first last night.
On days that Muncy gets a night off.
Yeah.
But now that I honestly feel that Bellinger will be the starting center fielder to have Muncy play at first base.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, how are we going to do this not rotation, this lineup that has Matt Kemp that can take you deep, Justin Turner that can take you deep, Machado that can take you deep,
Puig.
Dozier that can take you deep,
in the eighth
Puig
spot.
that can take you deep at the 8th spot. You have Bellinger that can take you deep. You got Muncy who's got
that's all
25
they want to
home
do
runs.
is take you deep.
And that is one thing that I've noticed about the Dodgers, where it's kind of like we lead Major League Baseball in home runs, but we're 21st in batting average.
Yeah, our average
collectively,
is very high.
we're hitting 224, which is absolute garbage.
Well, we got rid of one player whose batting average was like 202, which is Forsythe. So that
no, I know we did, and we added Dozier's 2 something. I believe he's hitting 230 overall, but 750 with the Dodgers because he went 3 for 4.
Yeah,
and that raised our average.
But he's got like 16 home runs.
Correct. So the Dodgers are
Forsythe had one. Maybe. We upgraded quite a bit at second base.
I
that
think
was our big
The Dodgers
weak
are
spot.
taking a page out of the Astros book from last year, where it's kind of like, okay, our pitching is good. Verlander was fantastic, but their pitching was good. Their hitting was just unstoppable. Last year, the Dodger pitching was really good, and their hitting was really good, but it wasn't unstoppable.
Yeah.
And that's why you go 7 games and you end up losing because
there's no weak spot in the lineup. Justin Turner, again, it's still going to, I think it's not, we're not going to see Justin back to Justin levels until late August, early September.
Do you think they're rushing him back?
No, I think he's coming back this week. I think he's supposed to be playing tonight or tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he's playing against the Astros this weekend. I think they're just going to take it easy with him and give him days off, make sure that he's getting rest. They need Justin Turner in that lineup. They need to have him in there. I think Machado is actually struggling a little bit because he's pressing. Once he stops pressing so much, he's going to be fine because he's actually the best player we have right now. But
is he the best player we have right now?
Yes, by far.
No. Is he the best player we have because overall talent, he's the best player, which I agree.
Yes.
Or is he the best player at the moment?
Well, not at the moment.
He's not the best player at the moment.
At the moment, he's not. I mean, a case could be made for that Grandal is the best player the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
For the Dodgers. He's been on fire, and he won the game last night.
Okay, so regardless of who's pitching for the Astros, whether it's a lefty or a righty, and you have everyone, let's say Justin Turner is back tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
What is your ideal lineup 1 through 8?
Ideal lineup this whole weekend.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the deal.
Forget about lefty versus righty.
Okay, this is going to be interesting too to see if Doc keeps a line because for the first time this season he had the same lineup back-to-back nights. Same lineup back-to-back nights.
I think that's going to be more of a common thing, only because you now have Dozier, who is planted at second base.
Yeah.
And you have if you have a healthy Turner, healthy Machado, you have planted third and short.
So I think that the lineup has to be. This is a tough one because not depending on pitching. I mean, then you're like, okay, who's in center field? Is it Jock or is it Bellinger? Bellinger's struggling right now, so I'd almost have Jock leading off like he's been doing.
Okay.
So I'd have Jock leading off, Machado batting second, Turner batting third,
okay,
Kemp batting fourth,
okay,
Dozier batting fifth,
okay,
Grandal batting sixth, which might be too low for Grandal. Maybe he should be batting fourth. Then
who's playing first, Muncy or Bellinger?
Muncy.
So you have Muncy 7th now at this point, even though he leads the team in home runs.
Muncy 7th and Puig 8th.
That's a deep lineup.
Yeah.
That is a deep lineup.
And then, you decide, Bellinger and Jock, you kind of switch those guys in. You got to go with the hot hand at this point. Someone's going down.
But you know that Dave Roberts in the front office don't ever go with the hot hand. They go with statistics.
They go with matchups.
Yeah, which, again, I'm not a fan of.
Would you play Bellinger or would you play Jock?
This weekend?
Yes.
I would play Jock just because Jock is the hot hand.
Right now.
I don't have no clue whatsoever what the stats are. Well, I know what the stats are. Bellinger's like 1 for 30 against the Astros with 25 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's been striking out a lot. He's been popping up a lot. And I feel bad for Bellinger because, I know you're going to blame it on the home run contest, home run derby from 2 years ago. And
he's pressing.
And since then he has not been the same. Although, look, at the end of the last season, after the home run derby, he was just fine. I think he hit 12 more home runs to end the season. It was just in the playoffs that the Astros figured him out. So once teams figure out Bellinger, he's got a big hole in his swing. I've noticed at Monday night I had a great angle to watch their swings, and they all are swinging on every swing for the fences. Here's who didn't swing for the fences. Dozier last night.
And he still hit one out.
And Puig this was amazing at bat by Puig. He fouled a bunch of pitches off. The pitcher was giving him sliders, giving him all kinds of wacky stuff. And he went with one to right field, went down and got the pitch and hit a line drive. He wasn't trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. What's frustrating me a lot about the Dodgers is we are living and dying by the home run. It's great. Chicks love the long ball, but the problem, and we're hitting a lot of them, and it's great.
But what happens when you don't?
What happens when you don't is you got a lot of runners in scoring position sitting on base, and you're not driving people in. And we've lost a bunch of games in the last month that we should have won because we left people on base and didn't get them in because people are trying to. I'm like, why is Chris Taylor swinging for a home run right now? All we need is a base hit. We got runners on second and third. We just need a base hit. I don't need a 3-run homer. We're down by 1. We need a hit. We do not need a 3-run homer. So this is happening a lot with this team. That's what I've been noticing, and I think other Dodger fans have been noticing this too.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that Dave does a lot of what he did yesterday and attempt to manufacture runs, like the suicide squeeze.
It was amazing. It's the first time I've ever seen him do that.
Yeah, having dudes like, hey,
you don't
they
like
have
bunting,
a shift on you?
You don't like bunting.
I'm not. Listen, if bunting is required strategically, yes. But the Don Mattingly, it doesn't matter who's up. There's a runner on first and second, automatically bunt. No,
that's bad.
That's bad.
But Kike's a great bunter, and he laid a perfect bunt down the line.
If it's the 9th inning and we're tied or down by 1, there's a runner on second. As long as it's not, well, the Dodgers can't do this anymore, but as long as it's not your 3, 4, 5 hitter, I'd say lay down the bunt. But in this case, the Dodgers 5, 6, 7, 8 hitters can also take you deep.
The thing is that
I'm not going to ask Mac Muncy, who's hitting 7th in this scenario, to lay down a bunt when he has 26 home runs. Yeah. Yasiel Puig, who's screaming the ball down the line, both left and to right field, who's batting 8th, I'm not going to say, hey, Puig, lay one down. Yeah. Try to leg it out.
The reason why I have Muncy down lower in the lineup is I like that left-right at the end of the lineup with Muncy and Puig. I actually think Muncy batting 7th is a good thing because it just puts a lot of pressure on pitchers.
I like that too, and the reason I like it is not because it puts pressure on the pitcher. It puts pressure on the opposing team's manager to burn his bullpen.
Yeah, because what are you going to do? You got Muncy who, you pitch around him, and you got Puig who's hot right now or starting to get kind of hot, and you gotta burn maybe 1 or 2 arms in that bottom part of that lineup in the end of a game. Whereas if everybody's right-handed or everybody's left-handed, which we've done a lot,
the same guy could stay in for the whole inning.
Yeah, it's like if we do that lineup
Jock
again,
Jock is left. Machado's right. And then you had Turner, who's right, and then you had who after that? Kemp, who's right.
So you could switch Grandal. So you could switch Grandal there, and you could put Grandal 4th if you wanted to.
So you're saying you can move Grandal up and down the lineup because he's a switch hitter?
Because he's switch hitter. So he'd be the one you could move up and down. But then Dozier's right.
Right.
So maybe it would be better to switch those two. It'd be better to put Grandal 4th.
Kemp 6th.
Kemp 5th. One way or another, you've got 2 righties next to each other because Dozier and Kemp. You can't have Dozier batting 7th. I mean, you could.
I mean, you're telling me you want Max Muncy 7 or 8th, who's hitting better than Dozier because Dozier's hitting
has
220.
A proven track record.
Dozier's hitting 220 for the year and has 16 home runs, while Max Muncy is what did we say last week about Max Muncy? Leads the National League in OPS, leads the National League in that RC plus metric, and
so you'd bat him higher.
Yeah.
I just don't like Dozier and Puig right next to each other because you can leave one arm in.
Well, and here's the thing about Muncy and Puig. I know Muncy hit a triple the other night, which was pretty cool to watch. But do I want, let's say Muncy gets a single. Do I want Puig hitting it into the gap and having to stop it first?
True. But Puig's our 8-hitter now. I mean,
right.
That's
his like
that's
position.
What he's at. He hits better 8th. For some reason, he does better in the 8th slot, so I think that's where he's at. We talk a little bit about some of these pitchers coming back off the DL. It looks like that we're going to be getting Hyun-Jin Ryu. You were skeptical about this, but he has been simulating, and it looks like that he's coming back in the next couple weeks, which is pretty amazing, actually. He's a starter, though.
He is.
So who moves to the bullpen?
I don't know. I don't know who would move to the bullpen. I don't think they'll move Stripling to the bullpen because he's right-handed.
Yes.
And if you bring Hyun-Jin Ryu into the starting rotation, suddenly the only person that's not left-handed is Maeda.
So who are you moving to the bullpen?
I mean, because Alex Wood's lefty, Kershaw's a lefty, Hill's a lefty, Rue's a lefty. Yeah. In the event that Urias comes back and gets a spot start to warm up, lefty, Walker Buehler. It's like
we can't have all lefties.
This is a good problem to have. We're in a situation right now where we have too much talent, which is good.
Yeah.
But then it comes down to, okay, how do we keep the talent fresh?
So on Monday night,
do we move to a 7-man rotation?
Yeah. No. So on Monday night, Pedro Baez came in and pitched, and half the stadium left when he came. I mean, the Dodgers were losing; they were down 4-1, and he came in and gave up a home run in the 8th. So everybody got up. As soon as he came in, people were like, "I'm heading to the gates." And then he gives up the home run, and it was a mass exodus. Is Pedro Baez off this team when these pitchers come back? No,
and the reason why he's not off the team is because we have him under control for the next 2 years. Yeah, I believe we have him until 2021. I believe that's what his contract is. So we might put him out on waivers.
Yes.
Which I don't think we will, but we might put him on waivers. A team that needs someone to eat innings will be like, oh, okay, he's got 3 years of control, and he has experience, even though it's poor experience in the playoffs.
I don't think the Dodgers are willing to give up on him. They haven't yet.
You think he has dirt on somebody?
No, I don't.
He's got like some screenshots of private messages that were sent between people?
I know that you're starting to spread rumors on that kind of thing. I don't think he has any dirt on anybody, but I just,
It's one thing to have a bad game, a bad week. Hey, maybe you had a down year. Yeah. This is a recurring thing with him every year.
Well, we just got Axford, who should by all rights be the number 8. He's a closer. Axford has been a closer. Now we've got this guy who can come in the 8th before Kenley. Why would we not? What's the need for? I mean, do you keep Baez and Axford? And you just kind of go back to back with those two? Maybe Baez stays. I mean, we've got other relievers, especially if you've got Urias coming in too. There's going to be a couple people going down to the minors or being released.
If they have options, I think they'll go down. But I mean, Axford
Does Chase Utley get released?
I don't think so because they're not going to release him
on his farewell tour.
Okay, and we have.
And he's too strong in the clubhouse.
Plus, he also leads the league as a pinch hitter.
Yeah,
he's hitting 505
he's
as a
new
pinch
Manny
hitter.
Mota.
Yeah, 505 as a pinch hitter.
And
plus the presence in the dugout.
And he's still leaning into every pitch.
Yeah,
I mean, literally every pitch. He got hit on Monday night. Came in to pinch hit.
He wants to break that record.
He does. He's got to get like 40 more hit by pitches. Could he do it?
Maybe
in the final. One per game?
I mean, let's pretend he starts every game between now and the World Series.
He's not going to.
That's like another 100 at bats at least.
He's not going to start any games between now.
We
got Brian Dozier.
If his OPS is like 1.5 because he gets hit all the time,
put him in there.
I mean, that's
well, we need him coming off the bench.
Correct.
We do need him, and we need his smart base running too because he's a great base runner still.
Plus the rosters are going to expand to 40 anyways.
Oh, that's right.
So,
but that's not for a while. That's a month.
Yeah, today, August 2nd, so it's not for another month.
We got a month, and that's what I'm saying is who's going down. There's going to be a couple people leaving when JT comes back and Rue comes back in 2 weeks. There's going to be a couple people leaving the team or going down. Do you send Bellinger down? There's some fans who want Bellinger to go down. Because you can't send Kike down. You're not sending Taylor down, I don't think, but maybe. Who do you send down in the starting lineup? In the positions?
No, they won't send Bellinger down because he and Max Muncy will be taking over the first base duties. And in my opinion, Bellinger is a gold glove at first base. He's also a really good outfielder.
Yeah. And wouldn't that mess with his head if he goes down?
I don't know if it would mess with his head, but it's just kind of like, dude.
It'd help Puig out.
Well, that was for disciplinary issues, not for, hey, you're batting $120. That was more like, listen.
Stop being a jackass.
Stop being a jackass.
Okay. Yeah.
That was different. That was, you smacking his hand with a ruler.
Bellinger's not being a jackass.
Right.
He's just not figuring out these pitches.
Correct.
Yeah. High and inside. He cannot hit them. If they show that graph, the square of where
it's
they hit.
It's like bright blue in the top right corner.
Yeah, it is like in it's right here. He can't hit anything right here. Zero things. I think his average is zero, and he does. He still swings.
Right, and it's like, we talked about this for years with Matt Kemp. Hey, if you got 2 strikes on you, let it go, because it's going to be a breaking ball low and away in the dirt. Do not swing at it.
And they still throw him that.
Yeah.
He's gotten better
He's gotten
that.
significantly better at it.
And Puig has gotten much better at it. But, look, I know that Bellinger's going to turn it around. He's a solid young player. And look, Jock turned it around, at least for this season, tweaked his... Jock was more his batting stance.
Yeah, he was changing it like every other game.
Yeah, it was more his batting stance. It wasn't... And Jock swings out of control sometimes, but he's less than that even as well. These players, a lot of times the players with 2 strikes, they don't shorten their swing at all. Nobody chokes up anymore. What happened to that fundamental? Choking up when you have 2 strikes. Remember that as a kid?
I do, but I never did it.
What?
My logic as a kid growing up, and even now as an adult,
hit the long ball.
It's not even the long ball. It was more just make contact. I don't need to choke up to make contact.
But okay, shortening your swing helps you make the contact better.
Maybe. I don't know.
It does. You never took hitting lessons?
I got hitting lessons from Pete Rose. I literally was taught by Pete Rose.
He was the king of choking up.
But he never mentioned that.
Because he probably didn't want anybody else to come along and break his record.
That's probably true. But no, you guys think I'm joking around, but Pete Rose did give my baseball team private lessons because his son was at our school and was also part of the baseball team.
Did you have fun when that happened?
Yes, but not afterwards, because you would do regular practice. Pete Rose would come in once a week and he would throw us BP and show us how to do certain things.
Was it like Bad News Bears out there?
No, not at all. Not at all.
It wasn't.
No,
serious.
He's super cool.
No, I know he is, but were you guys like a ragtag group of kids?
No, this was a high school. This was a high school baseball team at a private Catholic school. So if you were trying to be rag and tag, you'd be running windmills like on the football field.
There was no grab ass.
Not really. I mean, it was a baseball team, so we were a little silly. But no, our coach would be like, listen, Mr. Rose is coming in here. He's the greatest hitter of all time. So be on your best behaviors.
Did you guys understand the...
No, we knew who Pete Rose was.
Okay, I know.
I mean, we weren't...
You never saw him play, though. I saw him play.
You're right, but we weren't 9 years old. We were in high school. We were 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds.
He was an amazing hitter.
So being on this team and having his son be 2 years older than me, so he was playing on our baseball team as well, he would come in once a week, give us batting practice, throw BP, do the instructional stuff, and our coach would either film us from behind the fence of the toss or from behind home plate, so you could look at your mechanics and stuff. That's what we hated. Pete Rose is super awesome, and getting trained by him, super awesome.
Yeah.
The next day, when we had film before practice, the coach would be like, so Curtis, what are you doing wrong here?
And you're like, I don't know.
So what did you learn?
Yeah.
What's the matter, Curtis? You're going to tell me the greatest hitter in the history of this sport gave you private lessons and you didn't learn anything? Is that what you're telling me? Are we going to have to make everybody but you run? And
this is the kind of thing that happened?
And you're just like, oh, dear God.
So your coach was...
Oh, dear God. So, me being the catcher on the team and the loudmouth was like, Mr. Rose, could you give us notes that we can talk about tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a good idea. He probably did not.
But he was super cool. He was honestly
not break out a notebook.
Honestly, super nice guy. Always was extremely.
He's handing out PDF printouts of.
No, I mean everything was word of mouth. Everything was. He was super nice, very accommodating to the kids and myself. Was very cool about. He has his son's on the team, but he has no reason to be there.
Did he try to bet on the high school team?
I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know. But I still run into him in Vegas at Mandalay. Yeah, every now and then because he does signings. Kind of.
Okay.
Because there was a bunch of different kids, and he remembers the events, and I asked him how his son is, and then he remembers, oh, yeah, you're one of the kids from that school.
Was his son good?
Yeah.
It was good. Wait, Pete Rose Jr.?
No.
Was he a younger one?
Yes.
Because Pete Rose Jr. was older.
Yeah, no, I was 2 years younger than his son, so his son's got to be 32 right now?
Yeah.
So not Pete Rose Jr., no.
Yeah, no. Okay. And where did he go? Did he play baseball?
I don't know if he played baseball after high school.
I think we would know.
But Stanton was also there, and Pete Rose taught Stanton. And look at Stanton.
So it worked for somebody.
It worked for somebody.
Stanton was on your team. You didn't play with Stanton.
No, I was older than Stanton.
Okay, so that's what happened. Okay,
Yes.
I get it.
Stanton was
so
there.
You missed that when you guys won the championship that year?
Yeah, I was not there with him because
So
they
Pete
won.
Rose's kid and Stanton are on the same team.
No, because
he was already gone.
yeah,
too.
his son was gone. His son is 2 years older than me. Then it was me, and then I'm 2 years older than Stanton.
But the coach still had Pete Rose come in.
Yeah, I mean, it was a private Catholic school in the Valley, so they had ties to alumni. So alumni from various universities or professional athletes or
and
whatever.
Pete Rose lives in Reseda or something like that.
He lives in Encino, so they would come in and donate their time.
That's awesome.
They had no reason to do
really
it,
great.
but other than them being nice.
Yeah. I'm sure Dodger players do that now.
Yeah, I'm sure that in the off season, when Clayton goes back to whatever city in Texas he is, he'll do stuff around the city or throw soft toss to the kids at the high school or whatever.
Yeah, they all do that. Do you see UCL Puig opened up a new?
I did see that. Good for him.
Field of Dreams.
But you know who doesn't do that?
Who?
Garrett Anderson.
Who?
Garrett Anderson. You remember Garrett Anderson?
Yeah,
Played
from
for the Angels.
Yeah.
So Garrett Anderson went to my high school, and they were having like Garrett Anderson Day because the Angels had just won a World Series.
Yeah.
And like that was a big thing because Garrett Anderson and he's a pitched for the White Sox, won a World Series. He played for the Dodgers the same weekend that he played for the Diamondbacks, so the Diamondbacks traded him to the Dodgers in the middle of a series.
Shaw.
No, not Shaw. He was a starting pitcher for the White Sox when they won the World Series in 2004 or 2003.
Okay, I don't know.
Anyways, John Garland.
Oh, Garland.
So they had Anderson Day. He didn't show up.
What?
Yeah, but John Garland, when they had John Garland Day, he was cool and did everything.
Okay. And Garrett Anderson didn't show up for
Garrett
his
Anderson
own day.
didn't show up. So it's like you're out on the football field. There's Angels-colored balloons and
waiting for
strings
him.
and everything. And there's like a giant thing set up. And I would have to assume that he agreed to show up because everything was set up and everyone was
Awkward.
like, Anderson, woo, had signs. And, they were handing rally monkeys to people.
People must have been pissed.
I'm a Dodger fan. I grew up a Dodger fan, but I'm there. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. He went to our high school. He's a pro athlete, just won a World Series in the sport that I play. This will be really cool to like hear what he's got to say.
Yeah, nothing. Crickets.
Sorry, Mr. Anderson couldn't make it, but accepting the award in his place is whoever it was.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah. So, what are we? What's our outlook for this Houston series?
I would honestly sit everybody.
What?
Sit everyone.
Who's gonna play?
Sit Dozier. Sit Machado.
So that they don't figure. They know what they played in the American League with Astros.
Yeah, but they're not like the whole Yu Darvish thing where they see him 24 times a year.
But they see him enough.
I'm willing to bet that the Orioles and the Astros play each other 6 times a year.
Okay.
1 home and 1 away series.
Okay. I'm not too worried about that. I say we go out there and beat their ass. That's what I say.
I don't. No, because what's going to happen is everyone's going to be pressing.
No,
everyone's going to want vengeance.
Yeah.
And they're going to be overextending themselves. And right now, when you're in a division race where you're tied for first, but technically in second, and Colorado's only a game back.
Yes. It's tight. It's tight.
Go out there and try to win these games if you want, but don't press. Don't go out there looking for revenge. Because even if you sweep them and beat them 35-0 in every game, well, that doesn't mean anything. It's 3 wins in a regular season.
Well, we need those.
They
3
still
wins.
have a World Series over you.
That's true. That's true. So this is your pep talk in the dugout.
Yeah.
In the clubhouse.
Yeah. If I had Chew, I'd be spitting into an empty Gatorade bottle right now.
I don't know how inspiring you'd be, but
I'd be very inspiring.
You would?
Not really.
Okay. All right. What's our gift for the day?
Guys, our gift for the day, this is the Mets being the Mets. The Nationals were in New York. Were they in New York? I believe they were in New York. And they were up like 18-0. So Jose Reyes comes in to pitch. Jose Reyes was a 56-mile-an-hour fastball. And Zimmerman totally leans into it.
56 miles?
It was 56 miles an hour.
Okay. I could throw that fast.
Yeah.
That was a fastball for him?
Yeah.
He was just It looks like he's just lobbing it.
He was just lobbing it, and Zimmerman leans into it, gets hit, and acts like he wants to rush the mound for like a split second,
Yes.
starts laughing and walks to first.
That was great.
Now, if I'm Zimmerman, I do rush the mound because
Okay.
you're up 18-0, and I do rush the mound, but I do it in a playful manner
Yes.
so that when I get to Jose Reyes, he knows I'm not going to try to beat him. Just get up to him, high five him, hug him, and walk over to
Didn't
first.
the Japanese do that at one time? There was it was a charging of the mound.
There was a charging of a mound with an American player who got hit.
And then they hugged.
And immediately pivoted as if to go to the mound, but did like a complete 180 and then ran to first base. Meanwhile, the Japanese pitcher started running towards center field, and everyone laughed at him.
So he's scared.
Yeah.
Okay, I would do that too, probably.
Yeah, but I don't think. I mean, Jose Reyes in his prime was a tremendous shortstop with a great arm.
Yeah.
I'm sure he can throw faster than 56, but like Kike said that the Silver Fox, Shea Sutley told him and said, hey, listen, don't get hurt, don't throw hard, just get the ball there.
Well, Kike was throwing faster than 56.
Yeah, but that's the first time he's ever done it. I'm sure it's the first time Jose Reyes has ever pitched, but you're down 18-0. Why are you going to go up there trying to throw gas as a shortstop? Just go up there, hope that they hit it in the air for someone to catch.
So you are a fan of just stopping the game altogether?
At that point, yes.
Because it's just a joke.
With kids, you have that mercy rule if you're up by 10 or more after the 4th or 5th inning,
That's
depending on the
because the
division.
umpire wants to go home.
Right, but in Major League Baseball, if you're up 18-1, 18-0 in the 5th inning, you're not going to use your bullpen. You're not going to use your starters. You're not. I mean, if it's the 18th inning and it's 1-1, 0-0, you might throw in a starter because you're trying to win a game.
But you got to remember,
18-1, 18-0
in the 5th inning. But
in the 5th inning.
But the stadium still needs to sell beer and dogs. So
Okay.
I mean, they're going to lose millions of dollars.
How often do these games happen?
Not often.
And I'm willing to bet that once it was like 10-0, 13-0, 14-0, people were like, all right, I'm going to start walking to the subway.
I can't believe there's anybody still in the stadium. Is there anybody in the stadium at that point? Who wants to watch 20? Didn't they lose 25-1?
Yeah.
The Mets are terrible. They're trash. They're so trash. How come they didn't trade DeGrom to us? How come?
Hey, it could still possibly be an August acquisition like Bryce Harper and Mike Trout.
You still think that's happening? You were wrong about the Harper thing.
I was.
Okay.
But I always said that Harper would be here regardless during his free agency.
Okay.
So that's my thing. If we got him earlier, great. Awesome.
Great.
But
they did talk.
The whole idea of getting Harper in Los Angeles would be like winter meetings. Hey, we talked to his agent. He wants $400 million for 12 years. He's 25 years old. Pull the trigger. Let's do it.
Yeah. We didn't get him.
No, we didn't get him.
I was kind of hoping we would get DeGrom or Thor, but we did not get either of those two.
I didn't even realize that DeGrom's got an ERA of like 1.7. Yeah. He's like tearing up the league right now.
Yeah. And the Cubs got Cole Hamels, and he looked good in his first game with the Cubs.
Whatever.
Won 6-1 against Pirates.
I'm not worried about it.
No?
No, Chase is going to take him deep in the playoffs.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, guys, but that's been our show. Don't forget to stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. You can follow all the behind-the-scenes stuff on the Instagram, also at Best Coast Show. You can follow us on the iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, really anywhere podcasts are heard. But that's been our show, and you guys have a good night.